Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks waiting to get it done on the gridiron. It's Cutler's Bears going up against Palmer's Cardinals. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. It hosted Super Bowls 42 and 49. And it's University of Phoenix Stadium. That's where we're at in Glendale, Arizona. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Chicago Bears and the Arizona Cardinals. To the 29-yard line. Now it's second down. Incomplete. It's John Brown. That one goes for
campus there and still has it today.
That one was on Brown. And now it's second down. And certainly one of the mainstays in this offense is the crafty veteran Elfith. Rolling to his right. Caught right side, Jerron Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You go, let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And we get a peek at the offense and a peek at Alshon Jeffrey.
An absolute matchup nightmare for any defensive back. Size, speed, terrific hands.
This is Howard on second. Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. On 3rd down, Cutler. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
When you hear screen, screen, screen on defense, that's a little bit scary because you know a big play might result.
He was so ready to get to part 2 of the screen, he forgot part 1. Couldn't get the ball. Now here's Ross. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
All right, now.
Off the play fake. Here's Palmer. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The starting 11 defensively for the Bears.
Pernell McPhee is a strong run-stuffing outside linebacker who's beginning to blossom as a pass rusher.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. It was Mitch Unrein that made the tackle. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Andre Ellington, his first carry. And he'll cut it to the right, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And he's got it up and through. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
A nickelback added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now it's Cutler. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll indeed the sticks. Howard receives it from Cutler. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Fresh set of downs here. They come up in an offset eye. Jeremy Langford is in. He gets the carry. And his first carry, he loses the football. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. The Cardinals defense now, they make their way back out there. Got that fumble recovery last time when it looked like they might give up points. It actually ended up yielding points for them on the offensive end.
It's a pretty good swing, isn't it? Maybe you're going to give up a touchdown. Instead, you score a touchdown. Great swing, great momentum changer for your team.
And they'll be looking to build off that momentum on this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Now Cutler looking to throw. Caught right side is Jeffrey. Now speaking of Jeffrey, he made some news after the season when he made the declaration, and I'm quoting here, "I guarantee you we'll win the Super Bowl next year," unquote.
Doesn't have quite the same ring as when we heard it before the Jets-Colts Super Bowl. But at the same time, I think a lot of people around the Chicago area probably will appreciate that. Confidence in the team.
Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, Other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, not a huge game there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
So with that, we come upon the 2-minute warning here on the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go. Blue 95.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
3rd and 2. Now Palmer. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep. And that's caught inside the 35. 2 veterans there. Palmer to Fitzgerald. 41 yards.
Well, there's the first time in this game that Carson Palmer finds Larry Fitzgerald.
Get ready.
Likely won't be the last, but how about the way these two have helped each other's careers?
Yeah, they really have. It's hard to believe with Fitzgerald, but really both of these guys, how long they've been in the league now. But Fitzgerald, gosh, 3rd overall pick back in 04.
Yeah, how about that? Remember Carson Palmer, a former Heisman Trophy winner? He's finally found a real home in Arizona.
Here we go.
2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Mirror. All right, now. Seep. Here we go.
On 3rd down, Palmer. And he's got Gresham. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Play action. It's Palmer. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory.
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong,
taking it right down Broadway. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Cameron Meredith, 76 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd and 10 now. And it's Palmer. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll begin the drive with Howard. He takes this for 3 to the 29. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
On second down, Cutler. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Point after now from Catanzaro. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They go with Howard to begin the drive. Stays on his feet, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They go counter with Howard. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And quickly they get to the line.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing here, Cutler. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Muscles him off. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going on 4th down. It's Cutler. And he can't hang on. That would have been a big interception down here in field goal range. But instead, now they'll get a shot at 3. CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot, but there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and then even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine, that's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that will get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you got the free agents, all right? That starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams. So your team's starting to take a little bit of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft picks, have everyone start to move in one direction. And then you have the OTAs and mini camps. We get to see them on the field for the first time. And we start to get a better idea of how these teams are going to look when the fall begins.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They come out here in the eye.
Get ready. Seam. Regular.
Play clock winding down. Palmer gives to Johnson. Room here to run. And he cuts it right sideline. A big run there by Johnson. 44 yards. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
The play clock's running down. Now it's Palmer. Oh, no, he lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. And fourth down coming up. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a two-score game. And Catanzero's kick is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the fourth quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Blue 95. Blue 95.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On 2nd down, Palmer. It's complete to Brown, right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And Palmer gives to Johnson. Shreds the tackle. 12 yards on the pickup. And the Cards are going to have a 1st down.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up 1st down after 1st down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human 1st down machine? I think that fits.
Blue 95.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 2nd down following the run. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run.
Let's go.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive And when you have a bad one like that, your next...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson taking it in from the 20. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now what they want to see here, he's still down on the field. Obviously such an important part of their passing game, and the training staff, they're going to have to attend to it. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They come out here in the eye.
Blue 95.
Palmer apparently wants to throw it. And now this one's intercepted. A 3rd interception for Palmer. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand.
Now Cutler in trouble. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
A run for the Arizona native. This is Kadeem Carey. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. One last shot for Cutler. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
I wanna sit on private planes. I wanna scream.